It's Vandy, so back I have another Card Fight Vanguard deck unboxing. This time I have my Ahsha Trio deck that I also got for my birthday. Pretty much I got all the 3 Trio decks and MLB for my birthday, but I'll be unboxing this in a later video. Anyways, Ahsha Trio deck. Now this deck I'm okay with. In area, I hate it and it hates me, so we're mutually respected on that point. But I want to try it out, so I'm gonna unbox it, and it came with a PG. If you don't remember, the Alt-Mount deck also came with a free PG. The only one that didn't come with it is Chrono Jet. So that's kind of sucky, but hey, still get a free draw PG, and a free draw PG I'm not gonna argue with. So let's get this unboxing done. But first off, let's take a beautiful look at the box. And now it's time to destroy it. Actually, I should probably take a picture of this book. Oh, too late. I'll do this later. Opening this. I'm gonna move the draw PG over there so I don't forget it later. Okay. So first up, we got our little thing right here, which is like first guide and then the playmat. And for reasons, I am gonna open up the playmat because I just like seeing them. I like feeling the playmats. The playmats feel really comfortable to me. I don't know why. I just like opening up the playmats. And as I've said in the Alt-Mao video, I have not played with a playmat in forever, so I've not opened up a playmat in forever either. So actually, this is my first time in like months actually playing with the playmat. So here we go. This is what the Ahsha playmat looks like. On the back, where all the abilities and how to play the deck works, and then how to upgrade it over here. And then like the front, where you're like your gift zone, your deck, all that good stuff, etc. Put that to the side for now. And now onto the deck itself. Once I open this up, it's gotta. Damn it. This is the hard part. The part I kind of hate the most. Where is the fucking pull thing? There we go. This is the Ahsha deck. Gonna slide out and get this little thing off it. Okay, let's do this. So first up, our Vanguard, or the Ace Grade 3, Ranunculus Flower Maiden, Ahsha. Imaginary Gift Force, Grade 3, Twin Drive, 13k base, Auto Vanguard or Rearguard. When placed, counterblast 1, call up to 2 plant tokens to your Rearguard circle, and this unit gets plus 10 till end of turn, and the plant tokens are the 5k 1 crit ones with boost. And then act 1, once per turn Vanguard circle, retire 3 Rearguards and call an Ahsha Flower Fairy token to your Rearguard. And it's basically a Grade 0, and it has an ability that involves Ahsha. And this is pretty much the basic of the deck. You get out through, you call plant tokens, then you sack them all to get an Ahsha Flower Fairy, which I will go over the effect later. And then you can also just get like the on place counterblast 1, get 2 tokens and get plus 10k, which is like really nice. So decent card. It dies on its own if you don't have the Ahsha Flower Fairy, but at the same time it's really easy to get an Ahsha Flower Fairy and Neo Nectar. So that's the Ace Grade 3. Next up, we've got Blossoming Maiden Kayla. 5k shield, 10k base, grade 2 with intercept, continuous rearguard circle. If you have a unit with the same card name as your Vanguard on your rearguard circle, this unit cannot be retired by card effects, and it gets a permanent plus 5. So like Ahsha Flower Fairies have the same name as Ahsha, or like anything on your Vanguard circle, if they have the same name as it, this thing will become a 15k base permanently during both players' turns and can't be touched by effects. Fuck you, Blade Master. And then the second ability, act Vanguard or Rearguard once per turn, counterblast 1 and call up to 2 plant tokens to Rearguard, 5k and 1 crit. So that's really good. It can pop out of field just by counterblasting 1. So just by calling this, or no, just by doing anything with it, if you have a counterblast, you can immediately get 2 units for free. So really good grade 2. Next up, we've got 1 copy of Budding Maiden Diane. So Auto Vanguard or 10k shield, grade 1 with boost and 8k base. Auto Vanguard or Rearguard, when placed, discard a card from your hand, you draw a card, and then one of your grade 3 Vanguards get plus 5. So it's guaranteed to be a free draw, and then you can boost up your Vanguard by 5k. So that's really nice. And it works really good as a booster. Okay, now into the multiple copies of cards. We've got 3 regular Ahshas. So 3 copies of the regular Ahsha. So we got a total of 4. We have 3 of the back of grade 3. I'm pretty sure there's one more in the back of the deck. Gentle Knight Orvel, continues Vanguard or Rearguard. During your turn, if you have a unit with the same card name as your Vanguard or Rearguard, it gets plus 10. So that's really good. You could have a copy of this on the Vanguard and then a copy of itself on the Rearguard, or just anything else that has the same name as your Vanguard on the Rearguard, and it's a permanent 23k base during your turn. So it's kind of like Caleb, but kind of worse. So really good. 3/4 copies, because I'm pretty sure the 4th copy's at the back. We have 3 more copies of Kayla, so we have a total of 4 Kaylas now. We've got 3 copies of the vanilla Candid Maiden, Maryless 10k shield, 10k shield and 10k base. That's really good. It can be used for grade 2 rush, and it just has a really good intercept. Vanillas aren't that good, but certain vanillas such as this with the 10k shield is really acceptable. So really good. We have 3 copies of it, more probably in the back. Next up is Maiden of Bot Fist. 5k shield, 10k base, can auto rearguard circle. When it attacks, if you have 5 or more units, this unit gets plus 10 to end of turn. So if you have 5 or more rearguards, it gets plus 20 no matter what it's attacking. A rearguard, a vanguard, anything. So that's really neat. It can be very helpful, and it can push for anything. So we've got 2 copies. We've got 3 more copies of Diane. So I'll just put Diane right here. Then we've got 1 copy of Maiden of Blue Lace, 10k shield, 8k power boost, active rearguard circle once per turn, soul blast 1 and call up to 1 plant token to rearguard, and this unit gets plus 5 to end of turn. So pretty much a 13k base, and you get a free plant token out of it. So that's actually really nice, and it's all the cost for a soul blast, and it can be used for Ahsha spam skills. So really good card. 1 copy, probably more in the back. 2 copies, 3 copies of Mosum Peach, auto rearguard circle. When it boosts, if you have 5 more units, soul blast 1, and this one gets plus 10. So pretty much an 18k booster. I would not use this personally, but you can if you want, because this doesn't really affect the deck that much, but it can be used for a really good early rush. So decent for rushing. 3 copies. 2 copies of Emilio Melon, basically the PG, 7k base. So acts as a sentinel, you can throw down a card and it will nullify an attack. And then, when placed on Vanguard, you draw a card and you discard. So it's not the worst case scenario if you have to ride this. So, really useful, and it gets you that free draw. So, 2 copies. 3 copies of Night Queen Musketeer Daniel. So, 15k shield, critical trigger. That's really nice. We've got 2 copies of Chestnut Bullet, also critical trigger. We have 3 copies of Neighborly the Night Boris. That's really good draw trigger, and it just looks cool to me. We've got 1 copy of the Draw PG, which is like a PG and a draw trigger combined, and if you don't remember from earlier in this video, where did I put it? We got another one right here from the box itself. So we've got 2 Draw PGs. We've got 4 heal triggers and Fairy Light Dragon. Oh, 3 heal triggers and Fairy Light Dragon. Okay, probably 1 in the back. We've got 1 quick shield. If you don't know what this does, pretty much it's a 5k shield, and that's all it does really. And then we've gone on to plant tokens. Plant tokens are 5k with boost, grade 0s that you call with effects. We've got 2 plant tokens. Here's the Ahsha Flower Fairy. Why are there 3 Ahsha Flower Fairies? Okay, fuck it, whatever. Okay, Ahsha Flower Fairy. They're basically grade 0s without boost or intercept. They have 13k bases, and it's always regarded as Ahsha, cannot be used in your main deck, and then when it attacks, auto, rearguard circle, choose one of your vanguards with Ahsha in its card name, and until the end of the battle, increase or decrease this unit's power and critical to match that unit. So for example, if your Vanguard Ahsha is at like 43 with 3 criticals, this becomes 43 with 3 crit, which is really nice. So don't be afraid to like stack the triggers on the Vanguard just to beat the shit out of your opponent with. I question why there's a 3rd Ahsha Flower Fairy, but you know, logic is irrelevant here. And now we've got 1 other Orville, so we have that. We've got 1 more of Marls. I wonder what we're going to get as our foiled card. Please don't be the order. I see it in the back. Oh, I know what our foiled is, and that's actually really cool. So we've got 1 copy of Maiden. We've got her again. Where did I put her? We've got 1 more copy of Blue Lace. She is not our foil, but I know what is, and I can't wait to show it. We've got 1 copy of Mimosa Peach. Where did I put her last time? Here. We've got 1 more copy of the regular PG. We've got 1 more of each of our triggers that we didn't have before. Then we get the order. You probably already saw the foil because it's not this, but it's the counterblast 2 and something gets plus 20 order. You can only use these orders once per turn, so be very wise of how you use it. I would not use it. I have no choice but to use it because I have no other Neonectar cards. So don't use this, or you can. I don't really like to use it, but it's up to you. And then our foiled card, which unlike the All-Mile build is actually something useful that I'm always going to use. Spring Heralding Maiden, Ozu. This is our foil, and I'm actually glad because it's the starter and I'm never going to replace it. Because if you don't know me personally, I like to have my starters based on like the deck itself. So since in the anime, if she was still in the anime, Tokuha would use Ozu as the starter, then I'm keeping this as a starter. So really nice to have that as the foil. So you know, it's the classic on ride, draw a card, and then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 1 or greater, get a quick shield. So really nice. And I'm glad it's the foil. If I keep saying it and it annoys you, I'm sorry, but I'm just really glad about that. And now onto the gifts. We've got 3 regular Force 1s, but then you flip it over, Force 2, just like the Alt-Mile deck. So Force 2, you know, it cannot stack and it gives something an extra critical at all times, and then Force 1 does stack, but only gives plus 10k during your turn. So that's still useful. In my personal opinion, you would most likely use Force 1 in this deck and you would just stack it on the Vanguard circle, but I can see some cases where you want to go Force 2 and you just want to beat the shit out of your opponent. Either way, really good. This Trow deck is really amazing. If you like Ahsha's or you like Neonectar in general, I would suggest buying this Trow deck. It's worth it. And what do you know, you could have the chance to get this Draw PG in a really nice sleeve, because I like this sleeve. I don't like sleeves as a person. I don't know why. People are gonna probably comment I'm a horrible person, but I like sleeve. I don't like sleeves, but I like this. So if you can make me like a sleeve, then you deserve like praise. So you could possibly get it in the sleeve. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it here. This was our Ahsha deck boxing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. And comment down below in this episode and all my other deck or just any Vanguard related video, and tell me what fights you guys want to see, and then me, Mondolo, or just myself will do it. So then don't forget to stand up your Vanguard.